points, 9 assists, and just a reminder to the entire team, let's calm down. I'm leaving out one of the Exodus, but they get the win 122 to 113, and we are here in the Paycom Center, and we're joined now by OKC's Alex Caruso, who coming off a playoff career high of 31 points. Today you had 17 points, but I'm curious what the mindset was for the entire team looking to tie this series up at 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing to lose, the first game at home. I just think we just didn't play our best. I don't think it was, obviously Wemby played great. I had probably an above average game offensively for what I'm usually doing.
A what?
Average game offensively for what I usually do. I just think through the course of the game, we had lulls where we didn't right the ship fast enough. And I thought tonight we did a better job of getting back to how we're supposed to play.
Individually, how do you prepare yourself? Because you had a game this year where obviously San Antonio is going to have you pick your poison, and that poison was to leave you open, to leave Lou Dort open, and in a regular season game, you was 2 for 12.
Christmas.
So you know about
I know
it, right? So coming into this Western Conference, obviously, that's going to be the game plan. How do you get yourself ready to be confident to knock those shots down? Because it's going to be on you.
Just work, I mean, that's what this profession's about. It's about getting in the gym, putting the minutes in, and then being confident and trusting, what you do in the gym in the days between. And yeah, obviously disappointed early in the year. Teams do that because Shai's such a great player. You have to take something away from him, and a lot of times that falls onto me because I'm creating the action. So. Just being prepared and then being aggressive, and this time of year, man, you gotta let it fly.
Absolutely.
We know about your preparation, and you're willing to take on the challenge of anyone. What was your team's adjustment coming into Game 2, without giving away all of your secrets? But what was the big adjustment for you guys to pull off a win tonight?
Yeah, I think just being sharper with the stuff that we talked about before Game 1. There's just some stuff defensively where we were behind the play, and then all of a sudden, they're a good team. They got great players, and when you give guys advantages or you try to play behind them defensively, they're going to score and they're going to create challenges for you. So I think defensively trying to stay ahead of it, and then offensively, trusting what we did. We got a lot of great shots in the first game. Some that didn't go in. Some other stuff, I think like Hart rebounded his ass off tonight.
Yes, he did.
He really, late in the game, both ends created more possessions for us and stopped them from getting some. So, just little things through the game.
With your leadership and your experience on the road, winning on the road, winning in a hostile environment like San Antonio Spurs Stadium or arena, how do you prepare and what do you say to your young guys on the team who are going into this environment, that this is a different environment now that the Spurs is playing the way that they're playing? How do you get them to shift their mindset differently than you are here on your own home court?
Yeah, I mean, luckily a lot of these guys got a little taste of it last year with playing in Denver, Minnesota even. We lost by 40 in the one game we lost in Minnesota, even though we won in 5. So, there's plenty of lessons for us through that playoff run last year. And again, just reiterating stuff. You got to be connected. You got to have, almost amnesia with good plays for them. Block out the noise and focus on what matters, which is like the basketball part, like executing, making sure that you're competing at the right level, and then just understanding it's going to be a fight.
One thing we talk about your team all the time is the depth, and you got a lot of it. How do you guys manage it and keep the chemistry, maintain it throughout an entire game? And we saw completely different lineups, more players on the floor than we saw in Game 1. Just walk me through how you guys manage that as a team.
Yeah, I mean, iron sharpens iron. Through the course of the season, depending on who's in, who's out, who we're playing, we got different guys in different lineups that can, be beneficial for us. And all of our guys are hungry. They all want to win if they haven't been here before, and if they are, we want to win again. And whether that's personal achievements or team achievements, there's things that, for a lot of them, they're still at the beginning of their careers,
right.
So there's plenty out in front of them to go get. So. We just do a good job of just being very competitive day in, day out.
Hey, you're from College Station. You went to Texas A&M.
Was
that like, is that 3 hours away from San Antonio?
Yeah, it's like 3 and some change.
So how much family's going to be at the game?
245. Yeah, a lot.
245.
I did the math.
I got 2 hours, 45 minutes.
Oh, no, I thought you said 245 family members.
Oh, that's expensive.
I got a lot of friends in Dallas. I got everyone. They're not all going to be able to come, but
okay,
I'll be there.
Okay, one more question.
Matters.
Yeah.
Guarding Wemby. You took that on Game 1.
Yeah.
Just talk us through what it's like.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for me when he stands on the three-point line. Obviously, late in the game, they started to play him like a post player, and he got a couple of advantages that we just got a little uncharacteristically, antsy, trying to do too much. And you give him a crease inside 10 feet, it's a dunk. So just trying to work early, and I thought Hart did a good job of being physical and working early tonight. And then, when we had chances to put guards on him on the outside actions, I thought we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you stopping by. Alex Caruso, he was early, like he should be, okay? Back-to-back games with at least 15 points for the first time in his playoff career. And I guess we will see you in San Antonio, buddy, with however many family members decide to show up.
245.
I'm expecting 245 in the 8.
Way to hoop, man.
Yeah.
I just need the golf courses when we come back. You already know. I already told you.
So OKC gets the win. The loser, San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, stepping up to the podium now to address the media.
What was it like for you guys, especially after you lose Dylan and now you're down 2 big ball handlers with him and Fox? What was the challenge like there, and how do you think you guys handled it?
Not well. We gotta help our ball handlers more and take care of the ball.
Obviously, without De'Aaron, it's going to lend itself to turnover issues, but are there other factors that you guys can shore up to try to cut down on?
Yeah, of course, just consistency throughout the game in our game plan. Can think of a few down moments for myself, especially in the fourth quarter.
Victor, you and Hartenstein had some huge battles on the glass there. He was able to win a lot of those. What was that battle like for you, and what do you think you guys can do better to not lose that way?
As I just said, it's all in the scouting. I have to trust the scouting. We have to trust it and do our work early. It's it's a straight effort.
Victor, what would you say is the most frustrating thing about tonight's loss?
I would say it's spending so much energy on catching back up to the score and then let it go away.
Like when you say it's straight effort, is it that simple, or are there some tactical, strategic kind of adjustments you can make?
What I mean is straight effort is like the tactics, we all know it by heart, but we have to, doesn't mean it's easy, and we have to work through it.
Like, what did you think of Steph's performance tonight and the way that he played through physicality?
His competitiveness is unmatched, and we definitely need it. He gets us out of a lot of tough situations.
De'Aaron's the one that is kind of the guy that controls the offense and settles you guys down a lot of the time. Yeah. When you don't have him, when you don't have Dylan, what do you try to do to keep things organized, controlled, and settled down? We didn't do a great job at it today, but we need some poise for sure. Taking care of the ball, helping the main ball handlers, and being aggressive just like we were in the third quarter.
Victor, when it comes to guarding Shea, obviously you guys did a really good job of that in game one, and he had more points tonight. Is there any kind of balance there between wanting to keep his numbers down and understanding that he's a good player, he's going to make shots regardless of what you guys are doing?
Yeah, he makes shots, but nothing that he hasn't made all season. So we worked on it, and we just didn't apply as much.
Well, one of the issues, certainly for the San Antonio Spurs, is over the last 2 games, they've had 44 turnovers. By the way, Stephon Castle, he's had 20 of those. That's the most since the stat was actually tracked in 1977 and 78 in 2 back-to-back playoff games. So that's something that they can clean up for sure. Obviously, Shea has a better game